Okay, I think we are online. Okay, excellent. Hello everybody and welcome to a Sensory Lifestyle Live. Now, I usually do these videos on Thursday, and I did do one on Thursday, but then unfortunately I messed things up, and I lost the video. So I thought I'll just redo it today. So for people that have been looking for the content, you are going to be able to have it. So again, apologies if you've been looking for the video and it's been missing. I've been trying all morning to see if I can retrieve it from Facebook, but it doesn't seem to be working. So anyway, here we are today. Now, Sensory Lifestyle Community is really has parents, you with kiddos of all different ages. So today, I thought we will kind of focus on parents with babies or parents who are currently pregnant, and we'll be focusing on tummy time. We will talk about, what is tummy time, why it's so important to do it, how to do it, but also if your kiddos, your babies are struggling with tummy time, I'll give you guys some tips about how to um, how to help them out. Okay, so and introducing my little baby today that will be doing some of the demonstrations. So tummy time, what is it? It's basically any time that your baby is awake and on their tummy. So that's the key, awake and on their tummy. And of course, the baby needs to be supervised. So, why should you be doing tummy time? I mean, you probably hear a lot out there about tummy time and needing to do it. So, why do you do it? When your baby is on the tummy time, what they're doing is they strengthening their body and really starting to gain control over their body. So it does strengthen their motor skills by being able to, lifting up their head and pushing up. They strengthening their neck muscles, they strengthening their shoulder muscles, they strengthening their tummy muscles. So those muscles, when they're being strengthened, they will be then used for very important milestones such as rolling, crawling, pulling yourself up, standing up. So it's very important. It also stops with the development of those flat spots at the back of their heads, as well as it supports the development of the sensory system. So the sensory system, as your baby is kind of pushing themselves up and lifting up their head, it's stimulating what's called the proprioceptive sense. The proprioceptive sense, the receptors are in your joints and your tendons and muscles, and that really helps with the development of kind of the body awareness and the body map, which is essential for when you are moving. As your baby is doing tummy time, oh yes, sorry, I forgot to mention the weight bearing as well that they do through their hands as they kind of get a little bit stronger. That will kind of open up and kind of stretch all those hands and fingers. And that is important for fine motor development later on. And fine motor development is any time that you're using your fingers. So then, when your baby is lying on their tummy and they kicking around with their legs and feeling things around with their hands, or maybe they're just in a diaper as well. So their tummy is kind of feeling those sensations. So any of those sensations do support the tactile system. The tactile system is, the receptors are in the skin, and that helps also with kind of some of the development of the body maps. It works together with the proprioceptive system, and again, super important for overall movement. Another thing is when your baby kind of moves their head around as they are on their tummy, side up, that stimulates the vestibular system, which is important for later on developing balance. Now, another thing is as your baby starts, lifting up, looking at their hands, and maybe later on starts reaching for things, That also helps with the start of the development of eye-hand coordination. So when do you start doing the tummy time? Well, if there's no medical complications, I really recommend from day one. You know, as soon as you get that baby, you know, you can really get them kind of on your chest. And, you know, as they're on their chest and lifting up their head, they're really starting to engage and work those neck muscles and they tummy muscles. So just simple as being on your, you know, on your chest really helps straight away. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics does recommend that you start doing, you know, um, tummy time 2 to 3 times a day for 3 to 5 minutes at a time. And then you build up to 40 to 60 minutes a day. And of course, that could be split up and separated throughout the day. Now, you know, your baby may not be a huge fan of tummy time. So, you know, there may be, of course, you know, crying and things like that. And again, if there's no medical complications, look at the whole wide picture, right? I mean, of course, a skill that is initially hard, and this is very hard work, will be challenging. But, you know, are they hungry? Are they sleepy? Are you trying to do tummy time right before bedtime, the nap time? So have a think about it. You know, maybe you need to feed them. And then you can even burp them, you know, just kind of on your lap and do a little bit of burping. But I wouldn't recommend doing a long period of tummy time straight after they eat. You want to kind of get that food digested a little bit better. Then, you know, if they're too tired, you know, make sure they give, you know, you get them a nap and then try again afterwards when they have a little bit more energy. So how can you do tummy time? And I've already started, you know, telling you about placing your baby on your chest. So for kiddos that are really struggling as well with tummy time, you can start with being a little bit more upright. And then in time, I mean, you can go as far as going to lying position. But I think having the comfort of having you with them, you'll be able to get a lot more out of them. You can also use a bolster as a stepping stone as well. You can get like those commercial bolsters, or you can just use a towel and roll it up. And this is my miniature towel, my miniature baby. When you put the bolster over, an important thing is that the hands are in front of the towel, right? Because if you're putting it like this, you're straight away seeing that you may be potentially blocking the airway. So hands out, um, and there you go. Now also, I'm saying it again, make sure that whenever you're doing tummy time, you're supervising your baby. Now another thing, you know, when you are placing your baby, you know, on the flat, firm surfaces, right? That's a very common way to do tummy time. To get you know, the most out of it, you can use different textured blankets or different textured towels when they're lying on to really stimulate that tactile sense as well. But another thing that will really prevent boredom and let them kind of stay on it a little bit longer is the fact that they will be able to, you know, if you go down to their level. So you go down to their level and you entertain them. You can sing to them, you can talk to them, you can make silly faces, you can use your fingers to make little stories, you can use little finger puppets as well to get them entertained. Use siblings as well to help you out to kind of get them staying longer. And then once they're able to kind of move their hands a little bit more, you can provide them with toys that they can reach for and then, you know, reach further, maybe crossing that midline to kind of get those two brain hemispheres talking. So that's quite important. Another way that you can do it is you can, if you have any of those big exercise balls, Now, since I have a miniature baby, I'm using a miniature ball, but just to show you as an example. So what you want to do is you want to put your baby on those large exercise balls, right? Kind of putting it in a way that you, and I'm using one hand, and I'll definitely need for you guys to use two hands. I'm just holding the ball up. So use two hands and hold them at the hips, okay? And then when you do that, and then you can just slowly rock them back and forth. They will try to get their head up, maybe use their hands to lift themselves up, but also they're really getting this really nice vestibular input, which is pretty awesome. Um, okay, I think this is kind of all the strategies that I wanted to share with you guys. But if you do have that baby that is struggling, definitely start with the chest. You can also do side lying, so where you get them lying sideways, put your hand out at the back of them to support them, or rolled up towel and put it at the back to really support them. Um, and again, you going down and spending that tummy time with them, it's going to be super beneficial. And break it down. Few seconds is still better than nothing. And I think what I'm going to also say is try not to get discouraged. If your baby's having a hard time, even those few seconds continue to make your baby's necks and muscles stronger. Which is what we want. And yeah, definitely try out some of the strategies. And if you're still having a hard time, feel free to message me and let me know, and we're going to be able to kind of walk through your particular situation. But that's it from me. Again, if you have any questions about tummy time, please send me a message or just post it here. I'll be happy to help. And if you have any other areas that you would like to learn about or know more about, please let me know, and I'll be happy to do another live. And again, apologies for kind of messing up my video, so the content was not available to you on Thursday, unless you, of course, watched it live. So if you watched it live, you hear it again, but if you haven't, here it is. And so thank you so much, and I will see you guys next week on Thursday. Take care. Bye.